object, in order for this object right here not to go side to side, north, south, east, or west, you know that this vector right here, which I am having trouble drawing at the moment, this vector right there must plus this vector right here must balance out which vector? That vector right there. That way it won't go side to side or east or west. Then you do the same thing for the vertical components and it won't go north or south. Does that kind of make sense, everybody? So can you find these components right here? Can you find this magnitude and this magnitude? Yeah, so then it gives you this magnitude. And then once you have that magnitude, you can move on and find, okay, so then I need this magnitude and this magnitude. It kind of makes sense that this has to be up here because what's bigger, this distance or this distance? The first distance or the second distance? The first is bigger, right? So to cancel this out, you need this plus a little more. Plus some more, almost double it, right? It's a little bit bigger, right? So basically this plus this has to be equal to that. So you could do, you know, you know what the force is, 100, so 100 cosine, what is this, 30 degrees. 100 sine, 30 degrees. And then right here, you wouldn't do 80 degrees, you do 10 degrees, you know, to find that. Just be careful with the angle measures, everybody. Just make sure you set your frame of reference properly. 80 degrees for the vertical, it's fine. Does the picture now make sense, Umi?
Yeah.
So you had your Q vector right here, and you had your N vector right there, like that. If you want this right here, so this green part right here, that's N parallel, that's called N parallel. That is the component of N, that's the portion of N going in the Q direction. So that vector right there is N, called N parallel, because it's going parallel to Q, but it's only the part of N that's going in that direction, right? So you're asking about this. So when do you do like N dot, well, it's actually Q over like this, times, not dot, I gotta stop using the dot there, sorry, this is where it gets messy, times Q in the,
yeah, I mean, when do you just do N dot?
I understand, oh god, I understand. So here's the thing, is this a vector or a scalar? That's a vector, right? That's a vector because, and I'll zoom in a little more here, I think I can.
You're adding the direction.
Yes, so this right here, this is a unit vector, right?
Yeah.
What direction does this unit vector go in? The Q direction, right?
The
So that's the
other
direction.
scalar.
This is a scalar, right? This, you know, when you do, this right here is the magnitude that you want.
Okay, so
This is the magnitude you want.
asking for a scale, like it says speed here.
Yeah, so it says what, so in that one, I asked you specifically just, what's the speed, right? So
Right,
what's the
so we
magnitude?
just don't,
You
we
just
still
don't,
do.
you don't need to do that, but you still need to have this right here.
Yeah, yeah.
You still need to have that Q, and the thing is, some people remember there's a dot product, but then they divided by the magnitude of the equivalent of N, they just divided by the wrong one. So, and some people found this entire thing, and then they took the magnitude of this, right? So they had the components, like the three components for the actual N parallel, and then they did the magnitude of that, like the square root of each thing squared, when all you really need to do is just the dot product. But the key thing is it has to be a unit.
So it just depends on whether you're looking for a vector or a scalar.
Correct. If I asked you like, what is N parallel? Like, what's the component of N in the Q direction? You would have, that's a vector. Because you have to have the magnitude and direction. You're giving me the magnitude by giving me the direction, like 2, 3, like not just some here. You see N parallel right there? Sometimes that's called the projection of N onto Q. It's called PROJ is what you'll see. It's a projection because like if a light source was above N right there shining down, what would the shadow be? The shadow would be the green part. You see what I mean right there? They call it the